Hello from Sado Island in Japan, which is located in the west of the country, around 3 hours away from Tokyo by train and boat. This small rugged island has a rich history of gold, but it's also got plenty of traditional elements to explore, such as Taiko drumming, tugboats, and plenty of temples. So I've just checked into my hotel, which is a little out the way, but it's adorable. There's this random huge Buddha temple right next door. This adorable family-run rockingham, which is a traditional kind of accommodation where you will sleep on a futon on the floor, I imagine in summer has beautiful views on the rice terrace. The family also owned an onsen nearby. There's this huge cool bamboo forest just next to where I'm staying, with like temples and shrines, which is cool. My driver then recommended a spot where we go for sunset. Here there was a little viewing platform where you could buy a ticket for and go out and enjoy a drink. Stunning views here, especially with the sun starting to set. There's also an aquarium, not so sure on that, but the views here are beautiful. The water's crystal clear, and even if you get here after this viewing platform is shut, you can just go on the other side there and look out this way, which is a lovely way to end the day. Next up, I was off to do something that I've been really looking forward to, a Taiko drumming lesson. Soon enough, it was my turn to have a go, and my very patient instructor, an absolute pro who is even touring the world right now, took time out to give me a private lesson. I can't say I'm an expert yet, but it was a really cool experience. Next up was checking out the gold heritage of the island. There's various different museums and old tunnels you can visit, and even go past the old mines themselves, which now look really cool as nature's reclaiming them. Actually slightly creepy being in a huge underground tunnel with a load of robots. So I'm in the second tunnel now, and this one is robot free thus far. This one is a bit longer, a bit deeper, and a bit wetter. It's the older one of the two. Here's the old tracks for the railway, because the newer one had electric cars towards the end to save on pollution. Obviously so much of Japanese wealth comes from here. It's quite interesting to see where modern Japan as we know it now got some of its funding. So after going down the gold mines, I'm now going to go and try and pan for some myself, but not in the river. There's an actual kind of centre built for panning, I think. Let's go and find out. After the lesson, it was time to hit the road and go off and explore more of the little coastal villages around Sado, including a very famous one just outside Oggy, and his well-preserved historic view on what Japan would have been like on this island many years ago. This village is super cool. It's got a protected status to preserve the architecture here, because it's all original and kind of a historic village made in this kind of old wood style with the overhanging houses. And people still live here. I think there's about 20 families that live here, so some of the houses are empty, but it is like stepping back in time. It's so peaceful. And this is what I think of when I think of like the old traditional Japan. So it's really cool to actually see it. Exploring the village, you can really get a taste of time gone by, from burial sites to temples to just people going around their day-to-day life. But nearby I've been told there was another way to look into the history of the island, which is the Oggy Folklore Museum in an old converted school, which was kind of creepy, but it had been packed full with remnants and artifacts from the island's history. The landscape of Sado Island is quite unique. Although it's not volcanic, various forms of lava have spurted up from the ocean floor over the years, and that's what gives the coastline such a rugged beauty look. I love how everything's so polite here. Even the shop in the petrol station isn't called a shop, it's called a community plaza. A lot of things close over December for the holidays, and while it is beautiful, yeah, if you want to do everything that you can here, definitely not the best time of year to come. So the other thing I was planning on doing here is the traditional kind of tugboat riding, but that is also closed, but apparently there's another place you can do it. So I found the year-round tugboats, but they're in the port, so I don't think this is going to be quite as scenic to film. It was all going well until it was my turn apparently to steer the tugboat, and after about 5 minutes of just going round and round in a circle with a lot of laughter in my direction, we always handed back and we headed back to land. Disgraced from taiko drumming and tugboats, I decided to spend my last day on the island exploring temples, and the island is packed full of them. Pretty incredible. You just got these beautiful temples and buildings, and they're completely abandoned. Very different vibe here from anywhere else I've been in Japan. Amazingly, even next door to this temple there was an abandoned theatre, and on this open plan stage is where shows and performances would have been done, but not anymore. Although I've heard there are still some of the North theatres, which is the traditional performance type from Sado, still in use in the summer months. I'd heard about the rabbit temple and thought it was named due to the huge statue of a rabbit out the front, but it turns out it's actually named after the residents, which are a lot of rabbits bouncing around. It's still in use today, but there's some beautiful outbuildings around the back that are buried into the forest, and they're slowly being reclaimed by nature. This is the only pagoda on the island of Sado. There's quite a lot of temples here, but quite a few of them are abandoned, but this one's really well taken care of. Very beautiful, just surrounded by forest. And yeah, it looks very, very well kept. we hunted down a tempura restaurant before visiting the Obata Sake Brewery, which is an award-winning sake brewery run by a female brewer, which was once a rarity in Japan, but is becoming more common. It was time for one final stop, and my driver wanted to show me the shrine that he went to in his village, so we stopped in there, which was blissful, before waiting to get the ferry the next morning back to the mainland. And that was a wrap for my trip in Sado.